How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. Well, I have my next project ready to go. It's all picked out and chosen. It's going to be the AMT 1971 Dodge Charger RT. There's a little bit of pish posh about this one as to that it's not accurate because it has the Hemi and not the 440 Magnum. I don't really care. I'm not worried about building it 100% factory true or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I think I have an extra 440 engine from a Revell kit that I might see if it'll fit in here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, it looks like a really nice kit. I've already taken a look at some of the parts to familiarize myself with them. Can't wait to get started on it, and I'll do just that as soon as I get done with this video. So let's take a look at what you get in the kit. So we will start with the instruction sheet. AMT instruction sheet. You get the paint colors, what the symbols mean and everything. It even lists the choice of exterior colors from the factory, I'm guessing, and interior colors. Pretty neat there. Okay, start with the engine. Let's do this in whatever order you want. The chassis, the interior, nicely illustrated instruction sheet. Shouldn't have any problems following along. Putting in the glass into the body, the wheels and tires, and final assembly. Pretty straightforward. Decal callouts. He tells you where the decals go. So you shouldn't have any problems or any confusion building this one. To the decal sheet we go, and very nice decal sheet. The hood RT call out, the side stripes, and the cowl stripe there. You get stripes for, I'll call it the gills on the side of it. A lot of license plate options. A lot of badging, a lot of badges. You can either do the 426 Hemi or the 440 Magnum. Two sets of gauges. You got black background and white background. Really, really nice. Actually, there's even 440 Hemi decals, although that never existed. Kind of a head scratcher there. So, yep, all sorts of this stuff. So pretty nice, pretty nice. On to the clear tree, the back window and the front window, the rear quarter windows, the headlights, and the turn indicators. Pretty nice clear glass tree there. For the red clear, you get that big red tail light panel. Got some grooves in it, pretty neat. To the chrome tree, the Mopar Rally wheels, dual carb intake, rear view mirror, side view mirror, rear bumper, and the front grille area. I don't know if I'm going to do these body color. I might strip the chrome off of them and do them in body color. Haven't decided that quite yet. To the white plastic, we will go with the engine halves and the transmission pan, radiator, shroud, and support. Another part of the radiator there. You can see with the coils there. Nice looking dashboard. You got the gauges for that too, so not bad. Very nicely detailed and engraved firewall. You can use your pen, pencil, marker, whatever you want, paintbrush to detail all those wires and stuff. Really nice. And the rest of the engine stuff, the fan, brake booster and master cylinder, exhaust manifold, carburetors, two-piece carburetors, timing chain cover and water pump, coil distributor, alternator, starter, all this stuff, belts and pulleys, oil pan. Look at the heads. There's even engraving and detailing in the heads, even though they're going to be covered with the valve covers here. You'd use those for a diorama. Working on an engine if you want. The rest of the air cleaner assemblies. To some interior parts. I love separate door panels. Any kit that has separate door panels already gets a 7 out of 10 rating in my book. The rear seat and package shelf. There is a little bit of flash on this one here and there, so no big deal. Just plan on cleaning up some flash on it. Leaf springs for the rear end. More rear end parts, the rear axle and differential. Drive shaft. Steering linkage. Your radiator hoses, upper and lower. And the front part of the exhaust to the muffler. Coming off the exhaust manifolds. Pretty nice. Let's go to some front suspension pieces. Sway bars, shocks, front and rear shocks. The Mopar front suspension with the tie rods and everything there. Unmistakable Mopar suspension, front suspension. The hood, really nice hood. We have the wheel backs and the wheel inserts, wheel pins. And here are the pins for the front tires, the steering wheel, and you have two different pieces on the steering column for your turn indicator and your column shifter, looks like. Battery, a couple of heater hoses, and looks like some air conditioning hoses there. Seat back and the fronts of the seats. This is the front seats, so no bucket seats. You have a bench seat. Pretty neat. Don't see too many of those. Let's go to the subframe, the front subframe. More air conditioning hoses. And on to some body parts here. You have the front fascia there, the lower front part, rear spoiler, and the front spoiler. Actually, those are both the front spoiler. The rear spoiler mounts. There's the brackets for the leaf springs, by the way. Another piece of the air cleaner here. The exhaust, the back end of the exhaust with the exhaust tips. I've got the other piece that fell off. The sprue, no big deal. The other piece, take a better look at it. That Mopar chambered exhaust tip there. Pretty nice looking. I'm going to drill these out, make them look even better. They look pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and drill them out, make them look even better. Extra little detail there, but pretty nice looking exhaust. Now we'll go to the interior pan and floor pan and underneath the car, frame, chassis, where everything goes. Very nicely detailed. Brake lines, fuel lines, molded in. Pretty cool. There's the brake line, or yeah, there's the fuel line and the fuel filter, looks like. Running up the side there. So a nice little detail engraved into that. Fuel tank. No trademark engraving or, you know, stuff to clean off, so that's pretty good. I like that. There is some texture on the interior floorboard, but I will use embossing powder again. I will use the embossing powder. I like this. There is some molded in floor pan or floor mats. Just tape over those. Paint them and tape over them before you do your carpet. Pretty cool. That's going to stand out nicely. You have the spots where your seats go. Really nice. Really nice interior pan. I like that. And the floor pan chassis. I like that too. Really nice looking. Let's go to the body now. I like this body style of Charger. I can't explain it. I just do. I think it's really sharp. One of the first cars I really liked, probably because of the racing and the Richard Petty, stuff like that. So probably because of that. But it's a really nice body. Really, it's nice and thick and solid. I like that. You do have some mold lines and stuff to take care of. With any kit, you're going to have that. Nicely molded windshield wipers and vents here too on the cowl vents. Very nice. Very nice. You got all these extra things stuck to all the parts. The stamping is, trademark stamping is all inside the hood or the roof or the trunk. I'll get it right one of these times, guys. Inside the trunk. Yeah. Look at that detail for the visors and the seat belts and even your dome light. That is really nicely detailed. And the ribbing for your liner there, your headliner. That's some really nice details. Pretty impressed by that, I gotta say. These, like I said, the gills, I'll call them the gills on the car. You get decals for your marker lights on the side. With all of the badging, I'm going to go ahead and sand off the Charger RT that's molded in. I'm going to sand that off, smooth that out for the decal, because the decals never line up with the script. They never do. It always looks funky when you try to put it over it. I'll deepen the panel lines as I always do on these. Deepen the panel lines, the trunk. Now, one of these days, I'm going to open a trunk. I might do it with this one. I don't know. It looks like a pretty easy, you got a lot of room back here for your mounts to open, for opening the trunk. So there's a lot of room for that. If I decide to do it, I'll try to take you along for the ride and learn like I did how to do it. I just watch other people's videos and try to mimic what they do, because I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know how to do stuff like that. I'm not very good at stuff like that. Not going to do the doors though. Rarely will you ever possibly see me attempt to open doors. That's for the true experts. But that's the body. Really nice body. The color. Kaleido Colorworks Acrylic Metallic Blue-Gray is going to be the color. I love these paints. Let me give you an idea. Show you an example. Okay, this is the color. That's going to be the color. That's what it looks like with the clear on it and stuff. So really sharp color, really looking forward to it. I'll probably take you along for the ride painting it. I'll see what I can do. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't with camera angles and stuff like that in my spray booth. But hopefully I can show you how I spray this stuff. Wheels and tires. These are the tires that you get in the kit. Very, very nice tires. Hard rubber. You get the old bias ply tread pattern there. Tampo printed. Firestone wide oval. Now what I'm going to do, what my plan is to use these here Steely's and dog dish caps from the Revell 68 Charger kit. Let me pour these out here. I've got one already put together. Obviously it'll be the body color, and I'll leave that chrome. I've got one tire already grooved out to fit these in, because you can see inside there you got to trim that off to get it to fit right. Might still have a little bit of work to do on that one, but Steely's and dog dishes for this one. Now I really wish it came with the white stripes, but you only get the black on the decal sheet. No big deal. It'll still look good. The interior, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the interior in a white or black. I don't know if I want to give it a white or black interior. Haven't figured that one out yet either. I'll figure it out as I go, look at some more pictures, but you'll know in the updates. Okay, so that's all I have for now on this one. I'm going to get started on it, sanding down these mold lines and everything, and deepening the panel lines before I give it a bath in Dawn dish liquid to get rid of all the grease and everything that might be on it. Some of you believe in it, some of you don't. I don't really care. I do it just for extra safe measures for myself. I would recommend it and suggest it, but yeah, do what you're going to do. I do it. Okay, so I'll show you some progress on the next update, so stay tuned for that. Until then, thanks for watching Stumpy Grump's Scale Speed Shop.